welcome to Jesse's private party.
Private party.
We're here. We're live. I'm your host, Jesse, as always, and I'm here joined by two special guests that we've had them on previously in last season's season finale episode. Yeah, you were the last episode of last season. Yes,
we killed the podcast.
The rumors were going around that both Sly and Platano were joining me here today. They killed the podcast because of the long hiatus between episodes, but that is not true. It was just that the podcast was so amazing. There was such a hard time to follow up.
Thank you.
It took me over almost a year to match the quality, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you suck up to your guests. Welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all for coming.
That's a good job. Thank you for having us here. I'll go first. Platano. Yeah, I'm here. We're back. Excited to be here. That's what I thought too. When I heard people saying that we killed the podcast, my first thought was, you can't follow up when somebody closes out a show, and that's what we did. We closed that motherfucker out, and then Corona happened.
My first reaction was, how?
So does that mean you brought Coronas with you?
Wow.
You brought Coronas because of the podcast? I hope not.
No,
you didn't.
No.
Not at all.
I made a joke the other day, and she was like, it was one of those funny jokes that's not funny.
Right.
I was like, babe, us getting together has brought the worst things to humanity. Like, our happiness is doing the thing that happened in Hancock, where their power they get closer and their powers just creates destruction.
That's you have the Hancock relationship.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Will Smith. She's Charlize Theron.
That name always bothered me.
Yeah.
Why?
It's like,
what's wrong with Hancock?
Like, someone asking you for your John Hancock is kind of weird, and it means signature, but why? Why the?
Yeah.
I think the guy who's originally was the original John Hancock.
It's just like the word panini. I just don't like hearing it.
No.
I don't like hearing it.
Don't try to compare those two words.
Listen, at the end of the day, I know it has a different meaning, but there is the word cock in it, and it makes me feel uncomfortable.
Okay. So something about Nini makes you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? It's that sound, because you also don't like the word panties.
I don't like the word panties.
And they both have that.
The knee or T.
It's something about knee she doesn't like.
I don't know. It's just, I don't like hearing it. My ears, they cringe.
I don't know. I
definitely have. Cringe.
I've heard people have that same feeling about certain words.
Yeah.
Not me personally. I'll hear anything and everything. I don't care.
I don't think I have any words that make me feel that way either. But like, there are some phrases that people say, and I'm just like, ugh. Like, you shouldn't say those things together. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
The person,
weirdly enough, my favorite curse word is cunt. So
that's okay. You can say that. We can't.
No,
we can't say that.
I use the word cunt.
Game of Thrones is one of my favorite series.
Do you think though, because it's the person themselves, or it's just the phrase or word itself? Like, maybe it's because certain people can't say it or shouldn't say it. I'm gonna say maybe it's the person. Because there's no forbidden words.
I feel like it's how the person says it.
And intent, how they say it.
Delivery. Even though intent has been getting lost nowadays. I think
delivery is more than anything.
Delivery,
more than
for
anything
sure.
else, not the person.
Because even nowadays, your intent really doesn't matter anymore. If you say something, people, like, cancel culture is...
Bro, yeah, did you... Sorry, go ahead.
No. Cancel culture is just that exactly. It's like, fuck your intent. Fuck your delivery. You said this, you're a bad person, and you're gonna be destroyed.
It's like that meme I saw on Instagram. They're like, I prefer mangoes over oranges. And then the next post was like, so basically you're saying that oranges is whatever. You forgot to mention pears, apples, and grapefruits. Educate yourself.
What?
It's like, how that's
that
literally
has nothing
how
to do. That's how it feels on the internet.
And
like you're
do.
Literally just stating your opinion, and then somebody else got to come from left field and basically read into something that didn't need to be read into. Like, it was just as simple as that statement was.
They're digging for gold and finding nothing. Nothing.
I got another one like that. Bill Burr said that he was at a funeral and he posted a picture with a buddy at the funeral or whatever, right? And somebody had the nerve to post, "You should have buried that dad outfit with your buddy."
Because you're laughing. That's not cool.
Damn.
That's not cool.
What? It's funny though, bro.
You see how like somebody like, all right,
But
they
if you're
saw a
at the
picture.
funeral, you're gonna take that
no.
super offensively.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, not being
we're
him.
not,
That
though.
is funny.
We're not.
being
That's
him.
why it's okay.
But it's just like
not okay.
People
It's
are
okay, but not
terrible.
okay.
Like, how do you look at a picture of two people mourning and you grab a joke out of that with the person's outfit, like something that doesn't even matter?
Well, they turned the whole.
You're
meme
insulting me while my
with
buddy.
the African dancers in the coffin. They turned that into a whole meme.
No.
Like that's a whole celebration of somebody's death, somebody's life, but they threw some music on top of that, and now it's a meme
I
for the
mean,
world.
technically, Cinco de Mayo, though.
That's another celebration for the death, also. But I don't know if that's been memed yet.
That's true.
I mean,
New Orleans, their entire funeral concept is throwing parties. So they throw you throwing a New Orleans funeral.
Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras?
Is it?
Isn't that,
I'm not sure.
Some type of. It's not death.
It's a celebration
se,
of something. I know that.
I think it is like the celebration of.
You should check that out.
Some
I don't want to
Mardi
be
Gras.
wrong on the
It's a good thing to
podcast,
look up.
please.
See, this is where my
We
stat
should
boy.
confirm this before
would've
we
been handy.
exit this.
Yeah,
this
this is
topic.
why we have to have people on retainer just to look stuff up.
Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday refers to the event of the carnival celebration beginning on or after the Christian feast of the Epiphany and culminating on the day before Ash Wednesday, which is known as Shrove Tuesday. But that doesn't really tell me anything.
No, not at all.
They just gave me 8 more questions because they talked about 4 different things.
Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday, reflecting the practice of the last night of eating rich, fatty foods before the ritual Lenten sacrifices and fasting of the Lenten season. So basically, this is to celebrate the last day before Lent to go crazy before you give up something for Lent.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they use it as an excuse to
go ham, go ham sandwiches,
to go ham all
ham
over,
sandwiches.
not just alcohol and nakedness. I hear they
So I was wrong. Yeah, that Mardi Gras sounds crazy.
Like
I would like to see it once.
Like we gotta go and get a
Wait, I have to
balcony.
see it once.
Yeah, we gotta get a
just
balcony
go.
and watch the
Just
festival
watch
there.
the people. Yeah, just people watch.
We'll be
I would love to do that.
lay on the just watching all these
Out of our
crazy people.
mind.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bucket list vacation or destination, whatever you want to
for
call
sure.
it.
Yeah. That's a whole vacation.
Definitivo.
Where you guys actually came from a vacation.
Yeah.
You want to talk
one?
about that?
Which one?
Which one? I only know about the Cali one.
Oh, that's like a weekend away type thing. The other one, it was like my birthday weekend away. It wasn't necessarily a
We went to
vacation.
Philly and we did
Philly
for my birthday. Yeah.
Nice.
That
It was
felt
really
like
dope.
that definitely felt like a vacation to me.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
It was really nice. I like the townhouse that he got. It was really cool.
Nice.
Really dope. On this like very, very narrow street. Like you could drive by through a car, but you obviously couldn't park anywhere. Like you only had room to drive the car through.
There was one lane, not even a bike.
But it
would
looked
fit
so
next to the
cute.
Okay.
There is like everything was like all the townhouses were kind of like squished together, but everybody had like their own little like plants and decorations outside, and it was like really, really
all the
cute.
fronts of the houses were different. So like
Decorated,
walking down the street, it was like
different colors, like a rainbow walking down the block.
yeah,
It was just
you got like a little piece of what the family or that person was like, just from know, because the entrance of your house is kind of like
it definitely
who you are.
It was definitely like this person lived this apartment and then got another place and dressed the place up.
They got to show off their personalities with their houses.
Yeah, even if it's
really
just
nice.
the doorway, the plants, the little, the window they all had different windows for some reason.
Right.
It was cool.
It was really nice.
But Cali, oh my God, California. Let me just say the first most important thing. We rented, thanks to her best friend's boyfriend, for the low, a 2020 Ford Mustang convertible.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
bro, the drop top,
Shit
it was all
fire.
black. It was the experience of a lifetime, to be honest, because I love fast cars, and that car was like it felt like sex driving that car. I mean, I'm not exaggerating, am I?
Not really. It was really fun driving that car.
Bro.
It was really freaking fun.
It was crazy. And it had a sports mode, which is basically it takes stick shift and puts it so that you can use it without having to stick shift because those sports cars are powerful.
Right.
And putting it in sports mode was wild. It was like you could feel the car like, you know, when a car is
switching gears,
it's using turbo, which is basically just every time it shifts, it gives you like a boost and a half.
Okay.
It's like when they used to drag race and they would shift up, you would see the car like punch up because that's really what happens.
Right.
So every time we had it in S and I was like riding through the highway, I was just like, phoom, boom, boom, boom. It was crazy.
Nice. Yeah, it was
very
really
nice.
fun.
That's cool that you were able to rent a car like that.
Yeah.
It makes the experience traveling around a lot more exciting, more convenient.
Oh yeah, because we were just dropping the top every time we went somewhere so we could light up. So it was perfect.
And it didn't rain any day.
No,
it
not
never
at
rains
all.
out there.
Okay.
And
They
that
said
is my favorite thing.
We asked,
hate rain?
I hate rain.
we're pro climate out there. Like I'm pretty sure, I know it sounds like, because we don't know, but I'll deal with wildfires and fucking tornado, like earthquakes. Sorry, because they said average it rains maybe 2 times a year.
Wow.
Maybe.
Crazy.
Yeah. They don't get snow out there. Like if you born and raised in California, you've seen snow in movies. Like you see a dwarf or something you've never seen before.
Their hometown thing. They call they're like desert rat born. Like that's what they call themselves. If you're born and raised in Cali, which is a desert, they're a desert
rats. Got it.
Which is funny because you can't call nobody from New York City a rat.
The word, because we went to a dispensary and the girl we were talking to or whatever, basically called herself that. I'm like, what?
We both were like, don't talk about yourself like that. And then she explained what it meant. We were like, oh, okay, that's a cool little term.
Right. Yeah. What would we call ourselves from other states?
For us, we're New Yorkers.
That's it, right?
Yeah, like it's that simple for us because there's nothing very like distinctive about the city. You feel me?
You know what I like? I like the play off the concrete jungle. I would like to be an animal who would be king of the concrete jungle. Like I don't know what animal that would be, but I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, we're just New Yorkers.
It's a good phrase to throw out there. Concrete jungle. I like it.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
That's my favorite representation of us as people because it is kind of wild and mixed.
Definitely is.
In New York.
Yeah, for sure.
Walking outside your house, down the street, you never know what you'll see, what you'll find.
Literally, you don't know what you're gonna find.
Like one thing, you'll see a nice little pop-up shop of some people selling muffins and brownies, and across the street, you'll see like a crackhead shooting up between cars.
Literally, Monster said, "Here we just call you all Americans."
I saw the kind of sad. It wasn't sad. It was like, I don't know. Anyway, so there on our way here, we was on the train and there was a fucking train dancer that came from another car. And I literally say, like, they still do this thing.
I know, right?
This is still a thing.
2020,
in,
still dancing on the train.
Like, didn't COVID wipe you out, bro?
COVID is not going to stop anyone from getting light.
Word.
Yeah, nah, you can't. If they have hands, they can get light.
We didn't have cash at the moment, but if I had cash, I would have gave this kid some money. He was kind of hilarious. The first person he went, because you know how they kind of like dab everyone, but he's being respectful. He's using his elbow. Yep. The first lady he goes to, she has like a big like sun hat on, and she's like, and she's with her mat. You can't even see her eyes because she's down in her phone. And he goes and he puts his elbow out and no response. That made me laugh off the bat. Everybody else was nice. He was doing his whole leaping, twirling, hanging off the rails thing, whatever.
For all the train dancing my whole life I've seen, he was doing some pretty cool stuff. I'll say that. Yeah. Go ahead.
The one part that got me was that he went to the middle pole and started spinning or whatever, but the lady was standing next to or in front of one of the doors, right next to the first seat. And if this is the pole, he swung this way while she's standing here, and he got at least like this close to her face.
Ooh, I've definitely seen that.
But she's like not even paying attention because her hat is so big. She's looking down. Yeah. Does not notice anything. He goes and then like swings backwards, and I was like, oh my God.
So So from her perspective,
I thought she was
about
gonna
to
bug
get
out.
the Pokemon headbutt of a lifetime. Like with the flinch and all
obviously
that.
did it on purpose because he had the funniest face when he went so close to her face. It was hilarious. But at the end of it, like he's going around and he's like collecting change or whatever. And there was this bum on the train that sat right across from us. But I saw him from the get like rearranging his money. He had a little bit of singles.
He was so excited by the dancer. Like he saw him get on the train and he was like his face was giddy. Like he was so like, excited to see it.
And he had a little bit of change, but you obviously like he is poor. So the only thing he's gonna give him is the chump change that he has. He wasn't gonna give him bills, but he has so many different things in his hand, and he looked like he had like a little mini Bible.
Okay,
and he had like $8 in his hand too.
Yeah, he had like $8 in his hands, but he had the Bible, the money, and the change all in the same hand, while he had something else in his other hand. I didn't see what it was, but his intention looked like he was gonna open up his hand in a weird way, so only the change will come out.
You know when you're holding something with your primary fingers and you drop something with
he looked like he was gonna do that because he's right in front of me. I'm peeping everything
we
that
were
he's
both
doing.
just watching this whole thing go down.
And the kid is coming around collecting money, and the guy went to extend his hand out, but since he had so much stuff in his hand, the kid was like, nah. I'm like, no, I think he's gonna put change, and he's like, no, he's gonna put that Bible shit in my shit.
So from his perspective, he went like this with the change, and he went to like give him the change. Exactly. But it did look like he was just gonna drop the whole.
But then at the same time, I was ready to say if he's gonna drop the Bible, he's gonna drop the only $8 that he has because he had the Bible on top, the money under the Bible, and then the change right here for him to drop. Bro, I was like, nah. He's like, nah. He's not putting that shit in my...
he got change. It's in... And he was like, nah,
it's in his little claw of a hand.
Like a freaking homeless person is willing to give the little bit that he has to support you and what you just did. You feel me? Like,
was the guy dancing, was he young or old?
He was young.
Young kid?
He was a young kid. And the homeless guy was a little bit older, on the older side.
40s, 50s, yeah.
Well, what do you guys prefer seeing on the train, though? Those dancers, though? Or you just like seeing the people who come with their guitars trying to sing a little song? Because me, personally...
That's a good question.
I never got asked
personally,
that question
I would prefer the singer because they might have written something original and it might be funny. Might be cool.
Yeah, you know what? Cute. I really like...
And I like
it
those.
It depends, because some of them are annoying. Like... The mariachi bands go
away. Go. I only want one guy. I don't want a whole group. I don't need a belt. I don't need a boy band. I just want one performer, not a whole band.
One of those like Spanish restaurants and shit, and like do a performance for a night or something.
Go perform on a bridge.
They'll appreciate that more than people on the train trying to listen to their own music.
Yep.
Because they trying to listen to their rap and all they hear is.
I do not need that.
The worst thing as a New Yorker, and I know y'all can vouch for me for this, is when you don't see them coming because the train is packed and you're so deep in your music and all you hear is and you just go and wasn't prepared. Like, oh my god, yeah. Yo,
he wasn't ready for it.
I've had one come in on the train when I'm right next to the door, like the slide door to go to the next car, and I was so wrapped up in whatever I was doing on my phone that the first string actually brought me like from in my seat to like this. And I looked at the guy, he stopped playing. And he asked me like in Spanish if I was okay. And I was like, no, I'm not okay.
Not until you leave.
I was like, yo, my ears, just like, thanks. Like,
no.
That's funny.
But that's one side of the spectrum. I remember one time that I was on one of the shuttle trains. And there was two guys. And they started off kind of like, even before the train left and anything, they started, one of them was, had a guitar, and the other one was just like slowly singing, and it went into like a rap.
Okay.
And then they started going like back and forth.
Oh yeah.
It was witty, it was funny, and it was fire. Like... super fire. And then they like posted their social media and stuff. That was like over like 2-3 years ago, but it's that side of the spectrum. Like you find that unique, like, holy shit, that was fire.
It's innovative.
Like, yeah,
actual talent out there. Yeah,
because if you're doing something like that, you gotta know how many other people you're competing with. So you gotta get people to stop what they're doing and give a shit, which in New York, that's kind of hard to do.
Very hard to do.
Yeah.
Getting people on the train to try to pay attention to you in a good way is very difficult to do.
Very.
Very difficult.
I'll say I think I prefer the dancer because the music is lower and I can tune them out easier. Because I always...
if you're on the right side of the train, like if they're dancing over there and you're on the opposite end, you're okay.
No matter what it is, they usually go in the middle of the train if they can help it. And I purposely... They need that pole. They need that pole.
At the end of the day, like...
I stay at the ends of the car so I can avoid it, you know.
I'll say like 2 times out of 10, you'll actually find someone decent to watch or listen to. So I prefer something that I can tone out.
That's why I always tone
travel
it out. I'm
all
sorry.
the time. Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker. I've been here 27 years. I've stopped and listened and watched all different performers and singers and rappers and poets to the point that I know the percentile. The percentile for like pure talent is very low. But you know what's not low? The new Big Sean album that I was playing in my ears. Because I know this motherfucker is tried and true. So I'm like, you do it. Yeah, like I listened to that. A quick story on that note. I saw a white woman get uppercut by a foot. Did I ever tell you this story before?
No, I've never. I've seen so many people, and that's how I'm like always like, wow, like these people are really good that I have yet to see someone.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone get hit.
Yeah, so
that's why I was laughing so hard when he went up to that woman. Like he got so, but it was like a fluid motion. You feel me? Like he got up so close and quickly reverted.
No, yeah, he did it,
bro. But like I've never.
So let me just paint the picture. Because you know when you're like under the influence, you feel like you're breaking things down that are not there.
Yes.
But then you realize that you're actually very like and like you're really intuitive in that moment for that reason. So basically what had happened was I was on the train, right? And every time I see a dancer, right, I always sit up, right? Because I don't know, I always sit like very forward in my seat. So I feel like if I'm going to get like hit by a sneaker or a hand or some shit or like get headbutt, it would be me and it's my fault because of the way I sit. So I always prop up. So I remember seeing this guy come on the train and everything, and I saw everything happen. I propped up, I put my foot on my leg, and even that I was like, if he kicks my sneaker, I'm gonna be fucking tight. But I remember seeing this lady who she was really into her book, but she was reading it like she didn't have her glasses or something, because she was reading it like this.
Okay.
And her head was...
You're like leaning forward.
Her head was forward because, you know, the seats are not comfortable to where. So I just remember thinking as the train was going along, like the whole train, before he even got on, I was like, yo, this train is a really bumpy ride. Like, this is very uncomfortable. Like, you know, sometimes you ride the train and it just feels like they're like going an extra 10 or 5 miles per hour.
Sometimes.
And you're just like, whoa, like I don't feel that normally. So I thought that before any of this shit even happened. Fast forward to this motherfucker doing flips and shit. He did one flip where I just happened to start watching him and he landed funny. Like I saw his foot land, and you know when you land, you go skirt, skirt, like that kind of thing. I saw his foot do that, and I was like, this is not the time to be performing like this. And I'm pretty sure it was going from 125th to 59th Street. Yeah. So it's that long stop where the train is just booking it. I swear, this train conductor was late or he had a heavy foot. I know they don't use their foot to pedal. I know it's a hand crank. I'm just saying. He was going fast for no reason. And he was doing backflips. And I swear he did 3 backflips. And on the third one, I didn't even see it at first. I just heard like a pop. And it was just like... And he just fucking caught her. And I looked up so quick. And I just saw her like this.
Dang. Oh, no.
Was there blood?
No, okay. I'm pretty sure she like bit her fucking tongue off or something because she just closed her mouth and she was just going. And then, so there was like 12 seconds of that. And I swear I was in such a shock and I felt like I saw that coming. And I was also like very, you know, in that moment. So it was like 12 seconds of that. And then the door opened and then I ended up having to get out. And then I just remember somebody was like, call somebody. We need somebody.
Call somebody.
They tried to close the doors. Like people were like trying to stop the doors from closing. I stood there for like an extra 5 seconds, like by the stairs, just to like watch everything. Yo, you know what I didn't see? The guy that kicked her.
He was gone.
I was gonna say
Gone.
That's why I left that part of the story out, because he kicked her, right? And I saw his reaction, and then I saw everybody run to her. Nobody like went to him and was like, I don't know, like it wasn't his fault, I guess. And he just kind of like faded into the background, like Joker Phoenix did in the Joker when he put the he just like. And he was gone. He was gone. His speaker, his book bag, everything that was on the floor, everything was gone and packed up, and he was ghost.
Finished. Like,
I was like,
didn't exist no more.
That was a New Yorker.
What I
that
really
dude that
want to
kicked her.
know is like, do these kids like wait until like nighttime when there's like nobody on the trains to practice these things?
Right?
Like, where do you get these
they don't
talents?
Practice. That's the problem. They
Oh
don't practice.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to like not do fucking pole dancing moves like them, but I used to fucking like when there was an empty train, I used to jump from the cars to like from the seats to the next seats with the pole, and I used to jump from the pole to the next. I don't know, was that on
like a jungle gym?
Never.
Yeah, it was the jungle gym when I was a kid. I'd be like, Dad, like
to be on the train with nobody on the train as a kid.
Oh, okay. So like it was one of those things where like my parents would always be like, no, you sit on the train, you be respectful. But I would be like, Dad, you mind if I like play around? And you'd be like, yeah, nobody's here, just go ahead. Yeah. And I would just jump and swing around the poles.
Yeah, it's fine if there's nobody there.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. As soon as people come, you're like, oh.
But my mom would not be like that. She'd be like, no, you're gonna get hurt. Sit your ass. Sit down. Sit down. Stop being a monkey.
Yeah, that sounds like my mom.
Stop being
my
a monkey.
My mom never had us have like fake guns. Like Nerf guns were banned from our house.
Yeah.
Because she was like, you're not playing with toy guns so that one day you'll be ready to have a real gun.
Real one. Oh, my Nerf gun training is finally complete.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I used to level 10 Nerf gun.
My mom
now,
never allowed
9mm.
water guns, no Nerf guns, nothing that resembled a gun or a firearm.
That's funny
any
how
kind.
like Hispanic parents think, right? And then we think about the other side, and they're like, "Hey, Bobby, you're 12. Yeah, you know, I think it's about time you hold a 22, son. It's about goddamn time, don't you think, Martha? Go grab Brian's 22."
He already has one.
Yeah, they were saving it. This is for your 13th birthday.
It's from the grandpappy.
This is your grandpappy's gun he used in the war.
At 13 years old. Bro.
I took that a little dark. I apologize.
No. That just makes me realize I
think that's what was going through my mom's head every time. Because, like, we would go... My mom would be, like, hosting these random, like, picnic bingo matches. And all the ladies that would attend would bring all of their kids, and then some of their kids had Nerf guns and water guns, and then I had one of those in my hand. I would get bitch slapped in front of everybody.
Put that down.
Who the fuck you think you are touching one of those?
You know
is that yours? No, don't be touching other people's shit. But he let me play. I don't give a shit what he let you do.
Every parent of any other ethnicity other than being Caucasian, they're scared of their kid being the person who does the shootout, like the person being in that shootout. Like, imagine if it was if that was a Hispanic person or a black person, people would lose their minds.
He does what Loki does. He's scratching and nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to point that out.
That's what that sound was. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. I wasn't sure.
Yo, he's over here just
acting like
the floor.
He's
digging
at a dirt. He's digging up his bone or something that he buried under there somewhere.
Is that where China is, pup?
Probably.
You remember they used to do that in like cartoons and shows?
I still do. I still do.
Like you used to be able to dig to China? Why? I don't know why we thought that.
Because the Earth's hollow, man.
It's just
that's where the lizard people live. In the hollow Earth.
Isn't Earth flat?
That too. That's why it's easy to get to China. The Earth's flat. You just have to dig a hole through the crust. And then you pop up to the other side. China's here.
I want to fight flat earthers.
Why?
Because what does the sun do then?
Sun just stays still. I don't know.
But
we spin, right? On the flat Earth. We spin.
Like a pizza?
Like a pizza.
And then the sun just hits certain parts of...
That's why it's nighttime on the 12 o'clock of the pizza, but not at the 6 o'clock of the pizza. It's nighttime at that side. Because it doesn't rotate, it just spins.
I can't find nothing to input right now.
Yeah,
That's why it doesn't make sense.
I think it's
exactly because it's not making sense.
It's pizza because we're New Yorkers, right?
Oh, Monster has a better one. He says the Earth is a donut. Actually,
oh,
it's not a It's not flat. It's a donut
with a hole in the middle.
Where's the hole in the middle?
Bermuda Triangle.
That's why so many planes get lost.
Circle and a triangle.
Yeah, just like a pizza. A pizza is a circle object. You serve it in triangles, but it comes in a box.
Put it in the box.
We
were talking about that at your brother's house.
Yeah, like why are certain foods
cold cuts
packaged in different shapes?
Cheese.
Like cheese is normally square. Besides like Gouda or some shit, right. But like mostly rare. Like I literally just ate one on the way over here, like a little Lunchables pack. Mm-hmm. Like the crackers are round, the ham is round, the cheese is rectangle or square. Like bitch, can we have processed cheese? They could have made it into a
they would
circle.
have like a meeting where all the cheese and meat people like, all right guys, we're all gonna have square bread, so we're all gonna cut square slices, and then some asshole like, no, we want to keep it circles.
No, I really feel like it was the cheese people. They were just like, no, cheese comes in blocks.
And blocks of squares.
That's a thing. Like some cheeses just come in squares.
My brother's girlfriend was just like, it's a way to visually distinguish things. Some people might be
like if you're colorblind.
Yeah. Actually blind when you're feeling something, when you're like
that one makes the most sense because of Braille, because some things are just for people who feel. Like keyboards they've always had that thing, like there's I forget which two keys on them. The J. I see the J from here.
It has
on there.
The F and the J.
To let you know about the home keys. These are the home keys, so you can always go back to wherever you need to be.
That's cool. I feel like that's good. They gotta cater to everybody.
But what I want to say about like the food people not talking to each other, another good example would be how hot dogs come in packs of 10, but the hot dog bread is a pack of 8.
8, right? Like,
what am I supposed to do with those 2 dogs?
Bruh.
You know what they do?
You can't do like in Chuck and Larry where you put 2 dogs into one bun. And he's like, does this look normal to you?
Yo, that is one of my favorite fucking like, yo.
Oh my God.
Nobody's gonna double dog a bun.
He was a homophobe in the funniest way. Like, just a double dog.
Nobody's gonna double dog a bun. Oof. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with those extra 2 dogs, because if I buy another bread, then that just means the next pack I'll be even 2 less down.
Give them to Prince.
And they'll never catch up. That's true. I could give them to Prince.
You know why I think they did that? I put it like this. You know when you're doing multiplication problems, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, make both of these numbers reach 64, however many times. So there's like an 8 and a 6, and you have to get them into 64. So they did it that way so that basically you buy more than you need. So you have to get to 32 in order to get
an even amount of.
You can't have I'm not just one.
It right, but no, I know what you're saying.
You can buy 4 breads.
Yeah. So if you buy like the hot dogs, right? Let's say you buy 40 hot dogs, then you got to buy 3 packs of bread instead of 2 packs, what it would normally be.
Yep.
And it messes your whole psyche up. Then you got
you buy more
extra breads to
so that you'll have an even amount of both to make both.
Yeah. And the worst case scenario, you don't even get to use those leftovers, and then you have to throw it away. There's more money wasted.
I think they do want us to end up throwing stuff away.
You think they want us? They
just want us to spend more money. It's not about throwing.
Yeah,
shit
but
away.
no, but like waste is a business too.
Yes.
Like if there's no,
you know what I never understood? Why the fuck do we have to pay for trash bags if they're going to the trash? I always hated that. Like, you're making me pay for trash right now. I'm throwing this away with all of my other trash, and I'm paying for it. Literally, my money in the garbage.
Those glad people, they knew what they were doing. Selling trash bags.
Yeah, I mean, but what else are we gonna put garbage in?
It's hard, right? What?
Oh, like you mean like the government should supply us with trash
free bags? I'll be down for free bags.
At least that,
bro.
Free bags.
Rite Aid just stopped giving bags to customers.
No more plastic bags.
You have to pay 5 cents for a bag.
Yeah, that's pretty much almost everywhere.
And they're paper.
Except my supermarket,
with
they don't care.
No handles.
No handles. What am I supposed to do here?
Exactly.
You remember in Three's Company when they would come into
Carry
the living
freaking
room
home in like colonial times,
and they
just
would
fucking
just
carry it in like a fucking baby.
Straight bag open, letting all the fucking
10-pound
germs
baby.
come inside.
Yeah, letting fruit is falling out and bread.
I shouldn't see what's inside my bag. It's not like the movies where they're carrying those brown paper bags, and you see the French bread and some carrots sticking out.
There's always
the top should be closed and sealed. Keep it fresh.
I don't know why there was always vegetables just hanging out loose
for
in
the
the bag.
trash to get to the dump.
Ooh.
But you're still taking my trash to the dump. Like it's still trash.
Yeah, the cost is paid through the taxes because that's the city, right? It should be city.
That's what it is. Yeah, they get paid from there.
Give us free bags. That's what we're asking for. Give us free trash.
We pay
to get rid of the
taxes,
trash.
bro. Exactly. We pay these taxes for these guys.
But then they might start doing a trash bag tax, and then we're gonna start
or just put a really big bin out of every person's house with a bag inside already. You got to pick up the trash and then replace the
trash?
bag. Community trash.
Rats.
I don't know about community trash. Rats. I don't know if that's.
We all have to throw it out in front of our houses anyway.
We do. We definitely do.
That's what I'm saying. Why not a bin?
That's how they have
trash bin with its bag.
In some of the projects, they have that.
Throw all the trash in there, and the trash men pick up that one bag.
So then,
then place
that
it in
means
the
there's no trash in your home because you have to take it outside.
You have to take it outside.
Some people would do that, but then I could definitely see people being hoarders. Being like, I'll just take it out tomorrow. Own problems then. And then tomorrow never happens.
That's in your own house then. So that's your problem.
Damn. I don't know.
Or no trash, mind blown.
No trash. Just we all be eco-friendly.
Yeah.
Like those people who say they're like no trash people. Like she keeps all of her trash like in a mason jar.
From Eagleton? He was a freaking vegan.
He was a freaking vegan.
Freaking vegan.
He only eats fuck. He
only eats vegetables that's been thrown out.
Disgusting.
Some weird
something
shit.
about people's dumpsters and shit. Yeah, it's very gross.
He was a dumpster diver for sure.
Basically.
For only vegetables.
Only for vegetables though. No meats.
Disgusting.
No animal byproduct, anything either. And from people's basically people's leftover vegetables.
Nasty. The part that nobody likes. The part that we scrape off the plate when we're done. I don't want this no more.
The broccoli pieces, you're I don't want that fluff.
The stem of the fucking top, peppers.
But the part that Kevin spit out in the office when he's eating the broccoli.
He ate
it. It's so fluffy.
Bruh.
Did you used to call them trees too when you were little? Broccoli?
Yeah.
I used to call them little trees.
I used to stand them up and have them.
Yeah, I eat the leaves and I leave the trunk.
You know what's funny? I used to prefer the trunk to the leaves.
Really?
Oh,
I don't know why.
You are literally Kevin. Why do you start from the stem?
It's a new food. How are you supposed to eat it?
Oh, I love Kevin.
Yeah.
I love Kevin.
Yeah, no, the stem is I don't know. The stem was a good contrast because I used to always eat broccoli with a meat. So it was the crunchy and then you got the tender.
I got you.
To go with it. Yeah, and the broccoli.
I never liked the crunchy.
The puffy part of the broccoli just tastes like fucking grass.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I know what you mean.
grass.
I know what you mean.
I mean, if you season it right, if you
of course,
eat it with
yes, you have to. I feel sad for anyone who just drops
I think
the
he's
broccoli
like
in the
that
water.
with any plant substance, like coleslaw or lettuce or
relish,
anything. All of that, he doesn't like any of that.
That's the thing. How I feel with people when they don't like something. When they try it out for the first time, they usually eat it by itself.
Bruh, I finally had that moment where somebody offers him orange juice and he says, no, I don't like orange juice. And the other person's like, what? I'm like, I know! You see what I feel? But you know what I live with?
You want to hear something really funny? Hold on. What? I don't like orange juice, right? Mm-hmm. But I love Sunny D.
That doesn't make sense. You like that chemicals. That's true. You like the fake shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Sunny D tastes better.
Better?
Because it's sweeter. It has 10 pounds of more sugar.
He likes the chemicals.
Different. Orange juice.
You like sugar.
Okay, hold on.
This is the type of man that takes coffee with his sugar.
Listen, all right, let's not talk about my fucking sugar habits like always, okay? Let's talk about...
It's all about... That's why he likes the Sunny D. It's the sugar. It's sugary...
You want your teeth to hurt.
Orange juice.
But no. See, this is what I was gonna say about orange juice. Orange juice is fucking acidic, and it like burns layers off your tongue when you drink it. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. No, and you can't fucking drink it after you've had other certain things like syrup, like. If I had a chocolate muffin, I can't drink orange juice. If I brush my teeth in the last 4 hours, I can't have orange juice because it's gonna feel like I fucking lit a firecracker in my mouth. Am I wrong?
No, but it still tastes good.
Not at all.
Sunny D tastes
And it's
better.
good for you. Sunny D is so bad.
It's like the Kool-Aid of orange juice.
Right? That's what I'm
Monster's just
saying.
talking shit about me and my weirdness. He said to punish Platano.
Panish.
We need a meeting for
How did he
how to
spell it?
punish
He
Platinum.
meant punish, but he put A.
You put A?
Panish. He wants to panish.
If it was punish, it would have been kinky, but A just makes it sound like he don't know how to spell.
We love you, Monster. We love you.
We do.
I don't.
Wow. Okay. 2 out of 3.
Burn.
You technically you get
passing.
66%.
Passing in here in this American school system.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, guys. I had some topics that I lined up for us that we can talk about.
Let's talk about those things.
This should be number 3. Hey, there we go. All right. Got our little subjects here. Welcome to the show. I should have put this in the beginning, but we're like 40 minutes in, so welcome to the show.
46 minutes already.
I know, just talking nonsense, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
But recently we just found out that they're celebrating Mario's 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
There was a lot of news, a lot of games released, but there's one that I want to specifically talk about.
Got to.
Is the 3D games that are being re-released. And I have a video here we can watch.
This might be one of the biggest
So
like
let's,
collections in history. Like Mario wise, I don't think we've had anything bigger than this.
not really. Not really. So let's take a watch. Let's see what they're showing us.
Hey, Mario with the snap. I didn't see that the first time.
So we already got N64.
Oh, I saw that one. I love it. I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, I want to go back.
So classic.
I used to do that all the time. I used to just play the game just to do that.
I streamed this, I think, last year too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think you did.
It was so funny too because he was doing all this stuff with no hands. His hands are in mittens. Sorry.
Yeah, he has no fingers.
He has no fingers.
He
I'm
has no
sorry.
fingers.
He has no fingers. The
He
whole
has
game.
in mittens
Club
the entire
and
time.
thumb. Club and thumb.
That's it.
I'm excited
here we
actually
go.
for
Oh my God, one of my actually my favorite. I remember.
this
Oh
is
my God,
my
I have
favorite.
it. I remember.
My name is here.
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up. I remember with my cousin Christopher. We literally didn't have a memory card when we were playing this game, and we would not turn off the system and beat the game over and
I remember
over
you told
and
me that
over
before. I
and over
remember.
again. And there were definitely times that we died. We literally couldn't die the entire time because if we lose your whole stars with no saving point, you're starting from the very beginning
Yeah,
again.
'cause it loads you
so
from a
we
checkpoint.
literally no deaths. Finished the entire game at least 2 or 3 times. And there were definitely times that we had to start from the beginning after dying.
This is one of those games I've never actually played and beat fully. So this one I think I'm gonna play too. Cause I'm kind of tired of the platformers, but this was probably the most like unique platformer Mario.
Definitely was.
And he
You
actually
know,
has
using
fingers.
the Wiimote and just the world itself not being a flat surface, but actually being like small little worlds that you can run around. Definitely changed the perspective of Mario jumping around.
Yo, that is a fucking Mario powerhouse right there.
Hell,
Available September 18th.
Wow.
it's right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Right around the corner.
And not for nothing, I'm just gonna let people know right now. Even if you're not gonna play this game right away and you still want to get this game, because physically it's not gonna be available for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big controversy that people are complaining about Nintendo making it a limited time
They're releasing it in
release.
limited quantities. Yeah, they're not gonna have this forever because they know this is gonna be one of those items that people are gonna be like sharking for. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like in the gaming industry because this
Well,
is
I know
gonna be
I'm gonna
limited
get it
edition.
not day one, because that's the 18th, right?
And not for
soon.
nothing,
I'm getting it
Nintendo's
soon.
biggest thing, their biggest factor is their classic games. So this is their opportunity to bring back the classic games and exploit the shit out of it.
And
basically.
sell the shit out of Switches.
Yeah.
On that note, let me make that prediction real quick on an official podcast. They're going to announce the new Switch right after the consoles drop. I'm guaranteed.
So not this year then. We're going to wait till 2021?
It might be right after because the console drops are going to be in November or December, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so it might even be right after, like right before Christmas, even if it's coming out next year. But they do this Nintendo where they have a shortage on their systems right before they announce some shit. And I know like 4 different people who have been looking for Switches for months and they can't find them anywhere. They're sold out everywhere.
It's shocking to me that they're sold out.
Yeah, because it's not because they can't make them. It's because, right, they have the Switch, right? Then they made the portable Switch that you can't connect to the TV. Mm-hmm. So what's next? The Switch that's more powerful that you can only connect to the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to be the one that can, in theory, maybe 60 FPS, maybe 1080, full, you know what I mean?
It'll be what we're used to for a regular home console.
Yes, I think this is the one that's going to get 2K. This is the one that's going to get Call of Duty. It's going to get all those big titles, and it's going to try to actually compete with... Xbox and
it only makes sense that you went from normal to a light, so it only makes sense to make a super Switch.
Yeah, the Switch Pro.
Yeah,
that's what they. I forgot who it was, but somebody from Nintendo mistakenly said that phrase, Switch Pro. Right. I forgot in an interview like a year ago. Well, there are
Pro controllers, so that does make sense.
Exactly.
So that I just wanted to get that prediction out of the way because I just know as soon as it happens, I'm gonna be like,
I know people might not be happy with these tactics of releasing these limited time, but I'm actually hoping Nintendo does this with other franchises. Like I would love a little that's Kong
why
collection.
That's the reason why
Zelda,
they're doing it.
Samus.
They're giving themselves an easier way to go back. Instead of like, say for example, 10 years in the future, if they want to go back and remake their classic games, they don't have to go like 20 years back. They have a remake already. I feel like that's what they're doing with these. They're going to keep redoing these classics on the newer systems that they come out with.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And they're exploiting this now before their newer system comes out, which in another, I will say 10, 15 years, they're going to do the same thing with even more popular games that were
out now.
Exactly.
Nintendo is the best at hitting you with nostalgia, and then right after they hit you over the head with the stuff they're coming out next. So like she said, there might be a Donkey Kong collection coming out. There might be a Metroid. There is a Metroid collection coming out actually. And then what they've already announced is that they're working on Metroid 4. So what better to sell a new system, right? A new Switch, a more powerful Switch than
a new Metroid.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild 2, yeah.
Metroid, right? And then, I mean...
anyone, maybe a new Kirby or a new Yoshi or...
Yeah, they'll definitely have those. I'm
just trying to think who hasn't had their turn yet.
Kirby needs a new, like, adventure style. Like, the old... the one where you would actually be able to combine 2 different powers and make a strong power.
Like classic style.
Yeah, the really, like, the hard ones where they were, like... 100 and something levels that you had to beat in order to get all the powers unlocked, all the stars unlocked. Like, I don't know. I think Kirby needs. Oops, sorry.
What I would love is a new Punch Out, because I really liked Punch Out a lot, especially on the Wii. One too. Yeah, because I actually played with the Wiimotes instead of using the buttons. So I had to physically.
That was fun.
Move and punch.
Yeah. Oh, that's
the Wii and the Wii controllers were such a great game changer. I love that.
Yeah,
they were.
That's the best thing about like Nintendo too, especially like now with the Switch. What
the Joy-Cons?
My lazy factor went from like probably 20% to like 70% with that shit. I'd be on the couch with both of them like just spread out, just like mad lazy. That's like my favorite thing, that I don't have to be like forced to be in this one position this entire time.
The Joy-Cons are like a productive salute to the Wiimotes, because the Wiimotes were the first like controllers that came out with the full
Super Monkey Ball remastered.
Super Monkey Ball is fire. They actually did that. They just came out with a Super Monkey Ball
remaster. Maybe.
Yeah, they actually just came out with one. I wanted to get that one actually too because Super Monkey Ball was low key one of those games that was like the hardest puzzles I ever did as a kid.
They're tricky. Those games.
They were mad hard. They had to do with gravity. They had to do with speed and timing and all different types of shit. But those were really good games.
Those classics,
and
man.
Paper Mario just got its
beat those
Paper Mario, yeah, I finally started
Nintendo,
that.
bro. Nintendo is definitely like they have the best like classic games.
Yeah,
the best out of all of them.
and everything. Yeah,
like I don't mind paying to play like the old on the Nintendo Online, the old NES and Super NES controllers because they're good games. Yeah. They're good games.
And that library they have as well.
The library is growing. A lot of questionable choices, but there are gems in there. There are definitely gems in there for sure that are
what it is?
worthwhile.
Just like people want to play the classic amazing games, people also want to play the whack games, the Battletoads and the horrible games.
But I'm excited for that Mario. I'm excited to try all three of them. I really want
that Breath of the Wild 2 to be like sooner than not, bro. Because it's supposed to be co-op. It's supposed to be.
I mean, they are working on it.
And I have a feeling you're gonna get to play as Zelda for once.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Because she in Breath of the Wild 1, she's been there talking to you whenever she can. Like, and her like supposedly spiritual energy was there suppressing Ganondorf the entire millennium.
Like her support has always been there.
Yeah, so I feel like she's gonna be able to manifest at some point in some way somehow, and they're going to be fighting together.
Because it should be a different enemy, not Ganon anymore, because he's gone.
So Ganon is
he's not gone, but he's gone since for the part 1, like we don't know how much time has passed between 1 and 2. First of all, we don't know if it's like later.
He might come back.
After,
he might come back like 10 years.
But it's like if like from the first like Legends of Zeldas that were out, like Ganondorf was a person. Like he was this evil enemy or whatever. But but like I feel like now with what he said too, like he's more than just that. He's more than just an evil villain to point fingers at. He's like the manifestation of evil. He is a presence in this world. There's always light, there's always dark. He is the dark that's always going to be here, whether it's in this timeline or that timeline or whatever the hell.
His will is so strong. His evilness will always
be present,
be there. Because it has to be.
Regardless, I feel like Ganondorf is always going to be that top villain in one way, shape, or form.
On a quick note, this is something I wanted to talk about. I for one was very upset at the last boss in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that did upset me.
I felt like they were training you the whole time. I know they were training you the whole time to fight this huge thing. Like, I get it because the fights just kept getting bigger and they kept getting more like elaborate and whatnot. But I kind of felt as Link, like I wanted to square up with Ganon and beat the shit out of him.
Yes.
I wanted him swinging that big ass sword, trying to kick me like the grab move from Smash Bros. Like I wanted to fight that dude, and I thought that would have been worlds better than Calamity Ganon. And that's just me.
They usually done that.
That's just me.
They usually done that. They usually have you fight the person.
Imagine they could have had you fight a Ganon the same height or a little bit taller, maybe as a Lionel.
Lionel, yeah.
And that would have been like. That would have been frightening. Imagine dropping down and you just see him there with that sword. Like
they usually that part did upset me because they usually always have you fight the human form of him.
Like two versions of him, like a monster version and a human version.
His human version and then his evil version, his demon, his evil side or whatever. But this time, technically, they had you fight two different forms, but they were not him.
The second form was more Calamity.
Yeah.
It was more.
It was weird. It was still his, because at the end of the day, like that wasn't him. That was his presence. His evil aura still alive, tormenting everything throughout this entire time. He had no physical form anymore besides manifesting all that energy to create that form. Yeah. Because that's not actually his physical form. You feel me?
So he could, in another sense, have died or not died. His energy is just basically going to get transmuted into another form.
Yeah,
now.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping. I just want to fight him so badly. Like, as strong as you got in
Barker
Breath of the
Pups.
Wild, I just wanted to go toe to toe again and so badly, and I was kind of let down by the
I
fight.
can see that being integrated.
It's
in part
funny.
2.
I remember. I forgot which game it was. I always get the names like mixed up, but I remember the first time I played Legend of Zelda and I finally beat it, and I'm climbing up this fiery tower that's falling apart, and I'm trying to get to Zelda, and I finally get up on the top of the tower, and Ganon is there, big brolic redhead, ready to kick your ass, like just stomping at you, fucking wham, this monstrous of a guy, and
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he could fight you before he pulls his sword out.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, time to get serious. And he pulls his sword out, and then it's just like, but whatever. You know, I just wanted to point that out because I was talking about that with her brother the other day, and that was like a very disappointing boss fight. So much so that like Breath of the Wild, after I beat it, I literally went and I fought I went and I looked for all the hardest enemies. I Googled it and I went and fought them because I wasn't even satisfied.
Oh yeah, most of the Lionel fights, depending on the one that you like pick, because there's different difficulties for the Lionel, are harder.
The
than
Silver
Ganon.
Lionel fight is harder than Calamity Ganon. That's the hardest Lionel.
And the
fight.
only reason why is because you're actually finding him combat wise. You're not running around finding
Something to light
an
up.
action like
some button to push.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're actually engaged
throw
and
something
like
back at him.
dodge, fight, throw this, bomb,
Those Lionels
arrow,
shoot
bam.
arrows at you. They they swing.
It was less of a fight, more of a puzzle.
Exactly. It was a puzzle fight instead of like an actual combat fight.
Yeah.
Which that was my only complaint about Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild 2, they're gonna utilize hopefully the co-op system and give you just some more of a magic feel where you're Link and you can do all these things that shouldn't be too overpowered, even though he is in Breath of the Wild. And then Zelda will give you some type of magical support and have like magical abilities like the
one
water
thing,
bridge.
The one
Make you a
question that
water
I
bridge
have
instead
now,
of just the ice cubes, you know?
That's the one question that I have. Everybody within this like little like
World?
guard? No, like their what was the little team?
Oh, the heroes. Yeah, the heroes.
The little group that they had or whatever that they were supposed
it was
to.
the 4 heroes champions.
When they first got together to try to fight Calamity Ganon, they all have a specific attribute. They never spoke about Princess Zelda's attribute. What she put to the table when she will go out with these people and finally want to put put some effort.
They
into
never
something.
talk about her powers. They only talk about how she trains.
Exactly.
And how she's like working on.
Because there was one that brought you back to life.
Yeah.
There was another one that controlled thunder. There was another one that had like a shield.
And then
then the flight.
The fly one, yeah.
They never spoke about her. Link is always the power. Like he's the front line. Yeah. He's
like
always
the Swiss Army knife of beating everybody.
Everybody had a role.
Yep.
She's a leader. The leader has to have a role for a reason. You're a leader for a reason. You have to have a special attribute to support your team.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think
a leader isn't a person that stands in the back telling you to do stuff. There's a reason why he's here. He's here to, or she's here to support all of you guys. And when you're down and about, I'm here.
Yeah.
You feel me? I gotta pick up the slack for you guys.
It seems like she's gonna low-key be like a support character. Like she's gonna just be super like heals and like I don't know, just helping however she can. I don't know what kind of. I mean,
she has to have like
light attributes. She should be the embodiment of light. And
but which entails what actually? Because light could be a whole bunch of things. But
that's why I feel like support and healing and stuff.
It'll have like telepathic tendencies. Like she could move things without having to touch them, or heal you by just touching you. Like certain things that she could just like easily. What's the word? Like maneuver.
Well, I would hope for it to be a real co-op feature. She would be more of a real character you can control as opposed to like a summon
No, that's what I mean about the
doesn't just show
co-op.
up
Like,
for
I'll be
specific
Zelda, you'll be
situations.
Link
I
if
think
we're
she's
playing
gonna
together.
be-
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be a whole full-fledged character with a different set of
Kind of
abilities.
like how they did Pokemon Pikachu and Eevee. If you're playing alone, you're playing alone.
Yeah.
You're going through the field, but it's also co-op. I could have him come into my game and we're both walking through
battle
together.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when you bring in like Zelda or somebody else, or even one of the other Guardians.
That's
Even
what
one
they
of the
were
other
called.
So you
Guardians.
think they'll be able to? You could rotate, pick different characters, but it'll be always be Zelda and
Zelda
else.
and Link.
It'll be
I mean,
Zelda-
Link and someone else.
Yeah, Link and Player 2,
Yeah,
basically.
Yes.
Link and player 2.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? I think I always think of Zelda as a healer because she's like always been a pacifist. Like she's always not wanted to fight. Like all of her powers are based on repressing Ganon's powers, pretty much.
Yes.
Everything she's ever focused on has been to
reflect them,
stop.
too.
Yeah, exactly. She has real like just defensive stuff and real like so. Yeah,
It does feel like it's a good match for Link since he's more of the offensive.
He's the
character.
offensive, yeah. Like
she'll be the defense.
his only defense ever is his shield. Everything else is you running around,
Yep,
pretty much.
pretty much.
And dodging.
basically getting out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just dodge everything.
And pulling random items out of your ass.
Yeah, where his
Out of your ass.
Never-ending
Yeah, y'all ever
bags.
see what Halloween Town?
Halloween Town. yeah.
Halloween Town, the grandma comes over with a bag and it's just a portal
Yeah,
to
she just puts it on the
Halloween
table
Town
and you
and
can
you
just
just
pull
grab
out
mad shit from that.
anything.
That's whatever
Link's
it is
bag.
that he has. You've played Breath of the Wild, right? Y'all seen the inventory, pages and pages and pages worth of shit that you can have, and this guy has a little book
Outfits,
bag and his Sheikah
weapons.
slate. Where you putting all
So
of
it
this
goes
shit
in the
at, bro?
slate. He scans the slate is like a phone where you scan it. And then
Bruh.
you scan the item, it disappears.
Which is
and it
magic,
goes into
It,
the
it
slate.
fucking materializes into it, and then
It turns into blue light,
It
yeah.
dematerializes into it, and then materializes again when it comes out.
So-
That's
'cause
ridiculous.
you
Of all
just-
the
whatever
things
you
he
need
has
it,
in the bag,
you select
he
it,
has the
yeah.
slate on its own thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's not in the bag.
They're two separate things. Exactly.
And two
They're
separate things. So what does he carry in the bag?
Food, I'm a guess.
Everything.
Maybe.
Everything is
What
in the
would you carry in the bag if you could just Sheikah slate it? What do you need?
What
like,
can you Sheikah slate? Can you Sheikah slate everything?
You can use. I would say no. I don't think you could.
Maybe the weapons.
Maybe some.
Maybe the weapons.
You should have to form those with the Sheikah slate. You just kind of pull it up and go.
Yeah, it'll
This
be like
weapon,
you just select
phew,
it. The
just
same way
pops
he's
out.
like where we hold the button to select his weapon. It'll be the same.
Yeah.
You can't. So then, I guess whatever you can quick select would be the stuff you keep on the Sheikah slate, and whatever is in the menu is in your bag.
It's in your bag, and you gotta go.
Basically, I guess.
It's just him doing this.
Yeah, he's just digging through the bag. He's digging around, but what we see is a menu. He's
Yeah.
just digging, like,
He just has to
You don't
think
even
really
need to
hard.
look
He's like,
in.
what do I need? Fuck, I just
he's
right
thinking
before
about
I-
it.
Right before I put my hand in my bag, I knew what I need.
And like time
Oh,
stops
apple.
when you go into
no,
that bag
wait.
for some
Yeah.
reason.
Wait, a big
Because when you're
apple.
fighting a fucking monster, the time stops and he just takes his time.
Like, hey, Lionel, wait, I need a
what
baked
am
apple,
I
bro.
gonna
Hold
on.
use for
Baked apple.
this?
And he can eat it while
situation?
using it too. He just has to make sure his hand never leaves the bag, or else the time doesn't stop.
Yep, there you go.
All right, we're gonna switch gears off of games for a little bit. We're gonna move on to some entertainment. It's unfortunately not great news, but we found out that Robert Pattinson he has coronavirus.
He contracted. Can you say contracted? Or no, it's not.
Yeah, I think he contracted. Yeah, that would be the correct way. He contracted coronavirus.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I think so.
I think that's the.
So that's
Contracted.
unfortunately.
It sounds like he signed it like the wrong waiver.
So unfortunately, yeah, he has COVID-19, which means they had to stop filming for the Batman. This is the second time they had to stop filming.
Unfortunately.
So
I mean,
I hope
could
this
wait.
movie,
Sit down and really
like
like
the stopping and starting, hopefully
your
doesn't
skills.
affect it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want anybody to have COVID, and even though I'm not completely excited to see him as Batman.
No,
to see him as
really?
Bruce Wayne. Excuse me. No.
yeah.
To see him
Really?
as Bruce Wayne.
Interesting.
I don't like him as Bruce Wayne at all.
Why not?
He just
Billionaire playboy.
He doesn't give me that.
He doesn't give
he's
me
never
that
given-
at
Really?
all. He doesn't give me that. I understand his
Never.
year two like personality.
His
I
ferocity.
understand his ferocity and his
young, he's hungry.
his anger, his
vengeance.
frustration, his
fucking
rage,
vengeance.
his vengeance. But him as Bruce Wayne, I physically just can't see it. And I am 100% biased. Sorry, I don't like him.
Okay. We don't like his face.
I don't like his face.
We don't like his face.
What's surprising to me is I would think people would see it the other way, where they would see him as a good Bruce Wayne, just they wouldn't believe him as Batman.
Yeah.
Because of just his size and stature.
Most other people probably, if they've watched him and they like
because
him,
at that end of the day, I see that backwards as well. Bruce Wayne was always portrayed as this stocky, well-dressed, always like guy towering, or at least like this presence in the room. I don't get that presence from him. Him with the suit can you got a suit on. I can't see what's.
Do they have?
Yeah,
shit. I'm gonna see if I have a picture of him in a suit.
Here's a quick example, right? Put him next to Christian Bale. Like Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne and his Bruce Wayne, it's like no comparison.
Like even if this is your year 2, you shouldn't look like that, bro. I believe your battered look, your tired look. I understand that part, but as a Bruce, I don't see it.
That looks very Bruce Wayne-y to me. Right,
it looks like they're trying to, but I still don't see it.
Let me put it for the people on the screen. He looks good in a suit with tuxedo.
I'm not saying he looks bad in a suit. I just don't get that.
You don't see Bruce Wayne.
It's not even the suit, bro. Yeah. It's just Bruce Wayne is.
I don't feel that energy from him. That confidence. That
like
swagger.
Ben Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne. I thought. Even though I didn't like
Bruce
Batfleck, but he was a great Ben Affleck. I'm great Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck was a great Ben Affleck, man. He did great as Ben Affleck. Yep. Damn, that Ben Affleck.
Can play him better than him.
No Ben Affleck can play Ben Affleck like a Ben Affleck. But.
New featuring film: Ben Affleck pays Ben Affleck in Ben Affleck.
Starring Matt Damon.
Oh my god. No, but yeah, just every other. You know what it is? Every other Bruce Wayne has been better. And if we're ranking them,
we haven't seen him in action yet.
That's true. Okay.
No, I've seen the trailer. I really do like his Batman. I like that veracity that he has, that anger. It portrays how he would actually be 2 years into this job that he just picked up. You feel me?
Yep.
Like I like that part of it, but I still can't, biasly speaking, see him as a Bruce Wayne.
And if this is the Batman that we know, this is following Thomas Wayne Batman, isn't it? This one is supposed to be.
What do you mean?
I think this iteration of Batman is his dad was Batman first, and he left him behind, like the legacy. I think this might be that one.
I haven't heard anything about that specific story.
Yeah. I don't think.
I know Flashpoint might deal with that Thomas Wayne Batman, since they're gonna go back to the past.
Maybe that's what I might.
So that might be in Flashpoint, not the Batman.
That might be what I'm thinking of. Yeah, because Flashpoint is definitely gonna have Thomas Wayne Batman in it.
Yeah,
and it might be Michael Keaton.
This point, his
possibility.
I heard like there was a rumor saying that
Michael Keaton's in the movie. He is in the movie, but we don't know if it'll be Thomas or Bruce again.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't know which
version he is. Yeah,
but I think like I said, I see it the other way around. I find him as a good, believable Bruce Wayne. Like he's some rich kid. Like remember, you have to separate Bruce Wayne from Batman. We do not know that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
That's true. Yeah.
So seeing him as only Bruce Wayne, I can kind of just look at this like, this seems like some rich billionaire playboy. Who has money and does whatever he wants. Yeah. I do see that. But I don't see I want to see him with the mask on. Like here, I guess. Like it just looks a little strange.
Yeah. It looks a little
battered. Strange.
He looks tired.
Which he shouldn't be. It should be the opposite. He should be young and hungry.
That is exactly how he should be. This is 2 years into something that he is not used to. This is not his experience.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
His confidence.
I see what you're saying.
He's getting out there, getting his ass kicked. Man. You feel me? And he's like winning some battles, losing some battles, losing sleep, trying to figure things out. You feel me?
Yeah, even Ben Affleck didn't look this stressed when he was Batman. Like he looked more composed.
You can't get into being Batman and be good and like feeling fucking confident. Like there's no fucking nothing else in the world to fucking be worried about. You out here fucking fighting for your life every night. Every night.
And playing it off during the day like that's
exactly. Trying to hide the bruises, trying to hide the fact that you got 3 broken ribs and you're walking straight and your fucking kneecap is smashed in for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah.
I'm just... Hopefully, I wish him a speedy recovery and everything. And
well, facts.
2 weeks, right? 2 weeks.
I mean, yeah, if everything goes well.
If you nothing bad happens to you. Just,
I hope he doesn't have any underlying issues.
It's like the chicken pox. Yeah, exactly. No underlying issues. He'll be fine. Yeah. He'll be fine. I'm just, like I said.
I am excited for it.
I want to see it.
I do want to see it.
But it keeps getting delayed because of fucking coronavirus.
Yeah, as soon as we go home, we have to see Mulan.
Yes.
But yeah, I am excited to see it. I do want to see his Batman. I just, biasly speaking, I just can't.
We're two non-Twilight fans, and we both.
Oh yeah, I absolutely.
We both do not like his face.
I absolutely hate him.
I can understand what was that movie
you were watching the other day with your friend? Oh, damn. Good Times.
Oh, good job remembering. Good Times.
Creepy, unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie about him and his brother.
Great movie.
Robbing a bank.
He cringes me though.
And the whole time, bro, I'm like, yo, this is not a bad movie. He's not doing bad acting. But his face,
super
bro.
Cringy. I just can't.
His fucking face,
I just can't
bro.
do
I don't know what it is about his fucking
nothing
face.
personal, bro. Nothing personal, bro. Amazing work. Keep it up. I just can't with your face, bro.
His face.
No Pattinson for you.
No Pattinson. No.
Well, we all wish you speedy recovery.
Each their own. But yeah,
and hopefully your Batman was a spectacular one that will maybe convert some naysayers.
Hey, I'll say this. I hope if he does a good job, we have again like a trilogy of Batman movies. Like if he does a good job, I want another and then another movie, because these jumping from Batmans and jumping from Joker shit it needs to stop in the DC in the DC verse. It needs to stop. I want Joaquin Phoenix. I want this motherfucker after the Flash movie when Batfleck.
I would love Joaquin Phoenix, but he made it very clear that he doesn't want to do that again.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
He said that about making another Joker movie?
He just... I think when they brought it up to him, he's like, I don't see myself doing that. Or something like that.
Probably took a lot out of him.
It did. Did you guys see him in the Oscars? Was it the Oscars? He made a speech. He got a...
Wait, we saw that. I think we saw that.
He won.
He went off on a little rant. And you can kind of tell that it was because of you can kind of tell even if his face expression, like these kind of actors really do that. I'ma live in this situation so I can know how to act this type thing, and you could tell that movie took a lot out of him. And I wouldn't blame him because that's a serious type of situation. You feel me? Mental health is nothing to be joked about, laughed at, or anything. And he had to put himself in that.
It's the injustice
to the extent of a Joker. You feel me? In a real life situation, he had to live that for a bit, even if it was just a movie. That stuck with him for a while.
Listen, we saw what happened with Heath Ledger after playing the Joker. So like the toll it took on him, like mentally, because even after if you ever see like footage of him after the Joker, like even just a little bit after, he like you can see it in his eyes. Like that role took so much from him.
Yeah, you could literally see it in Joaquin Phoenix's eyes during that speech too.
I feel like it also brought him. It kind of brought him into the mud where he had to like actually be seeing all these injustices that are happening to people who are not him, because he's famous, he's rich, he's fine, you know.
He was not a lot of people get to choose their privilege. You feel me? Yeah, just because I lived privilege, it doesn't mean that I chose to be privileged. I lived in this, so I didn't even realize how privileged I was. You feel me? Until I put myself in a situation like this. Exactly. And now my mind is fucked up.
Yeah.
That rant that he went on when I remember it seemed like he got so much more in touch with his character that he was like speaking as the Joker.
Yeah.
Like almost to like, you know, you people got to get your shit together because the world and the Joker, that's the world we really live in.
It went from like one thing to the next. He was like, and then like you guys eating meat and all of this. And I was just like,
oh yeah, he was talking about.
He just went off on like little mini rants and I was just like, damn.
Gotta watch that after this. I remember that shit was crazy.
Joaquin Phoenix. He did a good job.
Amazing
did
job.
a good job.
I ended up watching that.
Like
twice.
I couldn't even call it a superhero movie.
Oh yeah, we watched it one time on the flight back from Cali.
On the plane.
Yeah, on the TV.
We got to choose because it's a website thing now that you go into. They don't
connect
do the
your
little
Wi-Fi,
TVs from
takes you to a link.
Yeah, and you watch it either on the.
That's cool.
On your phone?
On the phone.
On the phone, yeah.
I like
yeah, we did watch it on our phones. Yeah, we didn't even have a screen. But iPhone screen's pretty good.
Yeah.
We watched Sonic too.
How was
Sonic is really good.
Was it? Yeah.
It was really good. It was funny.
Jim
Carrey
destroyed
fucking Eggman, bro.
He's Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
He's amazing in any role that he's in, especially in a role that he could, if they tell him
let loose,
bro, then he's gonna give you diamonds and gold and everything.
Facts.
He's
in a role. It's those roles that only he can play. Granted, they could have gotten probably someone else to play Eggman.
I'm really happy they cartooned his Sonic's face a little bit more too, because it would have been very creepy the entire movie if they had it the first graphic.
That extra, however many million they spent to redo it. I remember we were talking about that kind of $1,000,000,000 worth it. Because that original Sonic model they had looked
it's like comical
horrible.
And it's funny and it's like there's like stuff there's like situations that if he looked creepy it would not
have worked.
All his facial expressions would have made him look like he would have been like a weird alien. And they were calling him a weird alien when he looked like a cute little hedgehog.
Yeah.
So and that's what Sonic looked like for decades. So why would you make him look like a fucking homeless person in the first iteration?
Yeah.
He looked like a homeless fucking
werewolf.
Like
I really enjoyed how they brought Sonic to our world.
Okay. It made sense for the movie.
I really liked it.
Oh wait, you've never seen it, right? No, I don't spoil it too much for you.
No, go ahead. It's Sonic.
It's really dope.
The rings were the teleportation devices, pretty much. And the rings, when they threw them, it looked like Doctor Strange's portals. Right?
That's cool.
It looked just like Doctor Strange's portal. Yeah. But it was all the rings. So he had like a coin.
It's a little coin pouch. He would throw it. It would get bigger and then it'll be a portal to any other world.
Oh.
You just have to think about that place. And
that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
It makes sense. If you think about the game, his coins is like you needed to have the coins.
You need them.
You always had to collect.
So it makes it a little.
And there was a point in the movie that he lost his coins and he had to go get them.
Oh, did they play any like music from the games?
When he was running, there was a few I heard. Like I didn't remember what games they were from, but
it sounded like it could have been.
Yeah, there was a few
small
tracks.
little clips.
Yeah. Like they had teases and
they even showed one of the what was it in Sonic Adventure 2 that they had, the little things they used to raise. And
Chow Chows.
They had they showed a Chow Chow at some point. I forgot, and I was like, "Baby, this thing."
Yeah. Anything from Tails or Knuckles?
Oh, at the very end, Tails.
Okay.
Post credits, Tails shows up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Voice sounds cool too.
Okay.
We were, He pulls up. He's like with the thing. He's like, "Ooh, I gotta find Sonic," and then he just fucking.
I think it's like a classic Tails voice. Like it's a good portrayal.
And then he jumps off and flies, which is like
his little tails.
It's a good tease for the sequel.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
Super dope.
And they gotta have Shadow.
Okay.
Eventually.
So. Sonic obviously has some type of power, which is why he like spins or whatever. So, Dr. Eggman, which wasn't what he was first called in the beginning of the movie.
His name is
Sonic. Sonic ended up giving him a funny nickname, and then that's how he became Eggman.
His real name is Dr. Robotnik.
Robotnik. Yes.
Robotnik Industries and everything.
He had gotten a strand of Sonic's. It's not a hair. It's porcupine thing or whatever that basically
I guess technically not.
That basically has its own energy.
Okay.
Like even off of Sonic's body, it has some type of energy source.
Okay.
And which is what he was using to like power most of his devices and like
things,
make because obviously he's a engineer. He makes things or
makes
weapons,
things out of other things.
Weapons, ships,
sources.
whatever the fuck he was working for people that he will sell his inventions to or whatever the fuck. And once he found Sonic's hair and the amount of energy he could get from one strand of hair, he wanted Sonic. Right. He already accomplish getting one strand of hair. So which is what we think is what he might use to make Shadow.
That's how he's gonna make Shadow, pretty much. It's gotta be.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, that's how it happens, is that he gets obsessed with Sonic, and eventually he realizes that he can't catch Sonic. So he just gets DNA, and he's like, I'm an engineer. I'm just gonna engineer. And Shadow is technically he's made.
A copy.
He's made.
He's a copy.
He's a
of
clone
Sonic.
from Sonic.
Yeah.
Well, I would think they would try to do Metal Sonic before Shadow.
No, I think Shadow comes first
Shadow is supposed to come first, but they might do Metal Sonic
because
first.
it's Knuckles and Shadow, right? After
Knuckles is one of the homeboys too.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they do Tails, and then they introduce Knuckles, and then Shadow comes afterwards.
And then
because
Shadow
all
comes.
three
All three of them usually fight Shadow for the first time after Sonic gets his ass kicked.
We'll see how it goes. Well,
yeah.
like what storyline they choose
right.
to introduce these.
But so
people.
far, I liked it. What did he call this guy? Donut Man or
Donut Lord.
Donut Lord.
Who?
Donut Lord.
The main guy.
Because he was
the guy that was
Cyclops?
helping him. That was Cyclops.
Cyclops, yeah.
Wow. He was the original Cyclops.
Yes. So he came into the Earth world and had to stay in hiding because there were things or something within his world that were after him because of the same reason that Eggman is after him or whatever. But he was basically living in the shadows for a while, and he used to spy on everybody in the town. But he was so fast, like flash fast. Well, that's one of my favorite things about the movies too. There will be moments that they will keep you in his speed and watch you do everything that he does.
Basically flash
Super
time.
flash. Super flash. Like he was moving so fast that he was just like ding, ding. Everything was just like completely still.
He moves so fast, pretty much.
It's
that
not
time
just him
freezes.
running. Yeah, exactly.
That's
When
how
time
fast
freezes.
he can. It's not even him running, is what she's saying. Is that he can control the area around him in its entirety and slow it down so he can just maneuver.
Exactly. It's not literally just him running
It's
from
insane.
point A to
That's
point
cool.
B. Is
cool.
is really fire.
Yeah, that movie was great.
Yeah,
I was
really
very excited, and I've played almost all of the Sonic games. So when they showed that first model of Sonic, I had like, damn the movie. I was like, fuck, I'm not watching that shit.
OD.
I was like, forget it, yo. I don't care who's in it. I'm not
that was my
watching
point.
it.
You will see this thing, like it would be even more creepy because again, he would have to stay in the shadows. His guardian told him, "You must never be captured. You must never be seen. Whatever."
Behind the
So
trash
he's
cans
all
like
lonely,
this.
and he's making these friends from afar, and he's calling these people names like. His sidekick that he ends up having him, he's Donut Lord because he's a cop and he goes gets donuts and he's at home with his wife
Yeah,
or
that's where
his
the donuts
girl.
thing came from.
Donut
yeah.
Lord. All of that shit would have been creepy with that weird ass face looking in the window
Let me
like
see.
Donut Lord.
Let me see the old Sonic one.
Oh yeah, just look at the difference. It was really, really bad.
Let's Hedge. Movie design. Where is he at?
Yeah, that
There it
side to
goes.
side pic is perfect. The last picture on the bottom.
Down here, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, hold on.
Same
Can I make it bigger? Oh, no,
And the
it's a
teeth
video.
too, and the
They
teeth.
try to make it way too realistic.
Human like.
Yeah, this is. Oh,
They
go back.
really wanted like a realistic like hedgehog, and that wasn't gonna work.
It looks terrible. Yeah, he looks like a little blue werewolf.
Click that one with the arrow all the way to the left.
You know what he looks like? He looks like the kid in Jumanji that started turning into a monkey.
Wow. Yeah, two to the left. Oh my
I
bad.
think this one is good. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It looks bad.
Exactly the same when his mouth is.
It just looks really bad. The eyes are too small.
The eyes. Yep.
He shouldn't
And they
have
try to make
fur
it-
here.
Yeah, they try to make it big for as realistic as they wanted it to be, but it's still like no.
It was bad.
Regardless of,
It was bad.
it's kind of like a Space Jam.
They try to
Like,
keep
you
it real,
You can't.
but you have to over exaggerate.
Yes, you have to, and especially with a icon like Sonic.
And the thing is, if he was gonna be digital in the
There's
first
certain
place,
things
why
that
would you
you could
make it
digitize
look
it.
like that?
Yeah.
Like if he would have been like if they were trying to make him a thing, they could have just did that rather than make him digitized and then try to make him
You know
real.
what? Like
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
They coulda
Baby
made-
Yoda was an actual robot. You feel me? It
They
was
could have made a
really-
little Sonic robot, or they could have had a midget put a fucking Sonic, outfit on, like
Yeah.
whatever they could have did. But anyways,
Is- the changes made.
They fixed it.
Made it for the better.
Changes were made.
Changes were made, and it was for the
things are better.
He's quirky. He's kind of like he will kind of be like a Deadpool type of sense.
He is a teenager though.
Like PG-13 type of sense.
He's a kid.
Kind of breaking the third wall sometimes, but not really.
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall, and not really, but super funny.
Okay,
that
all
wouldn't have worked with that.
I would expect Sonic to be like that, anyways. Snarky.
He's always
little
like
wisecracker.
He's a little cocky too because he's
fast. Yeah, I would be too.
If you could run that fast, you'd be talking shit to everybody.
Always, daily. If somebody
can't catch
you.
If you're so fast that you could talk shit and run away before anybody ever responds, I was like, you stupid and your mother's ugly. And just run away and you'll never hear what they say.
Yeah, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
nothing to worry about. All right. Let's move on. What we have next? Future. What I write again?
Future podcasts.
New podcasts and stream ideas. Yeah, I'm trying to think of new ideas to improve my podcast. I want to have, like for this example, like how I have this all set up as a PowerPoint, but I want to set it up to be more animated.
More animated, yeah.
But I got to learn how to do that.
It's not easy. It's tough with the animations too because I think, and she thought, and I realized that a big problem with my stream setup that I had before, the Pip-Boy layout, was that it was animated. And it would literally crash. It would crash my stream when I would go from scene to scene because basically what it would be trying to do is it would be trying to switch between playing the game, the mics, all the audio stuff, and playing a video, which the animated overlays are pretty much videos.
Yep.
A constant loop over and over.
Over and over.
Yeah. So it was just, it's something that you have to do it the way Swigs does it. It has to be a web page and it has to be code because code is
either constant. Way, but just our computers wasn't strong enough for it. We didn't have enough memory capacity for the computer to run something and have enough space to breathe. Especially like his computer before, he didn't have enough memory. Yeah. So he had to put a whole bunch of time delays and a whole bunch of other stuff so that things would like pair up with each other because everything was glitching out of order.
Shit. I missed that God of War video of me beating God of War and fighting the last boss on God of War mode. That video was pretty much destroyed thanks to audio issues. Yeah. So when I tell people that, I'm just like, I did it. I can't prove it, but I did it.
I can't prove it.
But you know what? Now that I beat Sigrun, like nobody will deny me that I beat. They're like, if you beat her, the rest of that game is a cakewalk.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I feel like I needed to beat her so I could feel accomplished again.
I want to improve everything, but I'm always hesitant to buy stuff that I don't know if I'm going to continue using it. Like the Stream Deck thing. It was a great initial purchase, but then I eventually stopped slowly using it, and now I don't even need it. Well, I'm not going to say I don't need it. I just haven't used it to feel the need.
You technically don't need it, but I
technically don't, but it's a really nice thing to have.
For this stuff, all the stuff you were trying to do, you can have all of that on one page and just back up out the page, and then you can control everything else with the Stream Deck. Like the Stream Deck is one of those things I've played around with, but I haven't really there's a lot of things I haven't set in stone because the mixer and this and that. And it's like I don't like to concrete things when I know that, we're going to take this wire out to go use for here this time, or we might have to reconnect this in the middle of it. I'm like, I'm not even going to think because then I'm going to be fucking streaming and need something and I'm going to be like, where's this wire? And that's when I get anxious as fuck. I can't help it.
Yeah, that's why I like having a separate room. Like you guys have a separate room dedicated to streaming. So that way I don't have to move stuff around or I have to rearrange things. Everything should be where it needs to be, and I just have to turn stuff on, open up one or two programs, and I should be ready to go.
That's it.
And I want to have more just things to be happening automatically.
Yeah.
It's just the hard part learning how to do it.
How to set where to start. Up.
Yeah. And how to set it up.
Yeah.
So what is one of your next what is a project that you know what?
Specifically right now, the main project would be just some, how like on ESPN, TMZ, the side stuff would like I guess slide away or slide off.
Yeah. So instead of just
something that instead of me just highlighting stuff, I just want to maybe
when the next panel goes, it'll just
slide up. The top one disappears. And we just move on to the next one. That'll be a nice. This sounds simple.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I'll have to figure out how to do it because I know
a bootleg way to do everything, but then there's always the right way to do it. Right. Like the cheap way to do it would be to just edit the rest of that off of it, and then you can have it set that basically when you press a button, it'll like cut that part off, and then when you press it again, will it
just like
no? It'll probably
and then the new one pops up because I want it to show like I want to show movement.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It'll probably
traveling
blink
across the screen or something, or something like that.
There's a way to make it have a transition animation out, and then yeah. There's always it's there. Yeah. Like I have Adobe After Effects. I just have to learn how to do it, how to use it. We got to get better with that kind of stuff.
I need to get the legit stuff.
Yeah, we can only get by so far using free stuff off of Google.
Yeah,
free 99.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of different stream ideas and ways that I want to improve the stream. I think we've used a lot of our resources as a couple, and now it comes down to we just need more money to just throw back into the setup. There's a bunch of little pieces.
Like
we need.
What though? Like
so the mixer. Mixer's
so you want a new
piece.
mixer? Okay.
We need it. We need it. Yeah. Mixer, honestly, because we can't do any of the audio things we initially set out to do without the mixer. Mm-hmm. The idea is to have all three consoles, mics, everything running through the mixer, so that if you want to, like, let's say I go from playing Xbox to Switch, right? All I have to do is press the HDMI switch, change the audio on the mixer for what I'm actually listening to from, turn the switch down, turn the Xbox up to where I need it. And that's it. Yeah. That should be the only two things you have to do.
Yeah.
And that, make everything fluid like that. And then the podcast setup will probably be on its own, completely separate stuff. But
right.
Yeah. But, so it's the mixer. We need HDMI splitter. We need audio splitters. There's a few other things like monetary wise that we need, but that's like those are like the
those are the main as far as things. Like direct streaming type stuff. Right. Besides that, we're looking into like
we need long cables.
Yeah.
Like I think we're gonna go to like I don't know if they still have computer stores like big ones somewhere. And I want to go and buy all long versions and braided fucking brolic versions of cables that we need.
Yeah.
Because you can never have enough. Like, we even kind of need longer power cables for our systems so that we can put them where they need to be and they can reach our power supply.
Yes.
It's just never ending with the cable madness.
Cable management is one of the most frustrating things dealing with computers.
Yeah. But besides that, most of our other stuff is like aesthetic. Mm-hmm. So as far as like dressing up the room, getting shelves, putting like pops up, and getting like just everything looking more visually pleasing with all of his like figurines and stuff.
Bro, the back wall of what you see when I stream, that's like I would say maybe like 40% of all the stuff I have.
Right.
I still have mad stuff in my stepmother's house, and I still have mad stuff just in the wall in the like storage. But like the idea is to initially have like my trophies, statues, and all that stuff there, and then all the pops like going around, posters on the wall, like different paintings that she's done or drawings and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff. Just make, like I said, more comfortable too.
Okay.
So that wall behind us is we initially want to get a nice little couch. So when we do podcasts, it'll kind of be, if we have two people, right? It'll be the two people sitting on the couch, and then it'll be, me on a chair, and then you're over, probably home, and then she's there on another chair. So everybody can be comfortable. Everybody has a camera on them. And then eventually we'll have mics with little stands that can be like right next to the couch. Yes. So people could just be like sitting back at the couch.
Floor stands.
Mic right here. Yeah, mic right here. They can have a whole little setup by them where they can have a drink and, everything by there. And so everybody be more comfortable. I want the...
Yeah, that bench got to go after that.
Yeah, we're going to eventually get the bench out of
bench would need to go. It's going to have a sofa in there.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not really
as of right now, we don't have much stuff, so we might as well.
Yeah. It's not like it takes up too much space.
Yeah.
For me though, since I'm not really like a collector or displayer, like I don't. So for me, I was thinking about getting like a green screen.
Yeah.
Since I don't really have anything behind me except 2 doors.
Yeah.
I would. I'm thinking about getting a green screen and just either I don't know if I want to just put only me or have me like in a fake background somewhere. That's where I'm a little 50-50 in between on. I might do both, but I'm just not sure which direction to go.
Depends how much space you have too.
How big?
Because you're gonna have to. Green screen also. Yeah, you have to think about the lighting too. Because once you get the green screen, you're gonna need a white light.
I've seen some green screens that attach to your chair, but I have heard that they're annoying sometimes.
I've heard. Also
I would think, no, you can't. That's not for a streamer that moves too much. That's not for a streamer that's gonna rage. Because you can't like throw yourself in your chair. That shit is probably gonna fall off or like.
I mean, it has
clamps,
like it's it has this like
a strap or something.
Like it's secure
to go around the back.
But as far as like, because it's like a round thing behind you. As far as it, what are those like metal? One of those like the name of those like bendable metals. I feel like that after a while is gonna get like distorted. Right. So now the light isn't shining off of it enough for it to like not work. Pixelate. Yeah. When you're like recording and shit, because if the light doesn't hit that right, it's all like fuzzy and weird. Yep. Yeah.
That's another thing. I would have to invest in better lights and not rely only on a ceiling light.
Yeah. No, honestly, green screen. I'm looking at your setup right now, right? You could get a green screen over here that like stands up, right?
Stands up, yep.
And then just get another light and put it right there.
But just to shine forward. Yeah.
That's all you would need, because that white light too, it needs to be bright enough to hit you and everything, but you don't want it in your face, because I don't know about you, but I can't stream with bright lights.
Yeah, you will get like a little umbrella, like when like what they use for like photography and shit like that would help, because it will still be bright, but it's not blinding you.
Right, exactly. Not blinding.
You could put the light, you see them on your mount?
In between.
Yeah, if you can get it to where it'll like mount onto that piece, that would be the perfect spot, and you can angle it on you.
Yeah, because I'm usually right in the middle between these 2 monitors anyways. Yeah. So that would be the smart thing to do. I just wish it's not even like a money thing. It's also a time thing. Like, I have all these giant ideas, but I don't actually sit down and work on any of
the execution.
Execution is slacking right now.
You know what I've found on my end that helps me is what I call focus fire. Like when I want to really get something done, I have to like focus on just that thing. Because sometimes, like, especially with me, I want to do like 800 things at once, and then I end up doing nothing.
Same.
So, like, when I'm like, okay, I want to do this one thing, like, even in Strike Force, I'm like, oh, I gotta focus on leveling up this one character, right? Before I know it, like 4 days in, I'm like, I haven't spent no resources. I got all the shit I need, and I'm like, oh shit, I just tiered this guy up like twice over the last few days because I've just been focusing on them. Mm-hmm. So that's like life. You just gotta focus on shit, because especially in the city, way too many distractions. Our phones.
Way too many distractions. I get easily distracted.
Days I get home and I want to do shit as soon as I get home, and I end up just sitting on my phone for like an hour looking through Instagram. I don't even like Instagram anymore. Like, I don't even do anything on there anymore. But I still scroll it for no reason. It's bad. Yeah.
I know. I wish I had more discipline.
Yeah.
It's all about discipline. I lack discipline.
I lack discipline. I'll say this in the future. I have now that I have this job, and once I get accustomed to it, I can finally have a stream schedule. I have a schedule for podcasts, and I think I'm gonna be a lot more efficient this way, because I'm gonna have days that no matter what, I'm gonna be streaming those days. So I'll know in ahead of time, like, I gotta get rest. Yep. I gotta make sure I'm good.
Yep.
And that's not something I've had before. So for all those people that have been asking for that shit, you better be watching. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be calling people out.
Where you at?
There's a way to stream schedule. Every time you stream, I'm going to stream, or I'm doing something else. I can't watch the stream.
It sounds like you have very young viewers.
Yeah, I know. That was bad. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. It kind of
sounded like D-Swigs to me.
Ooh, got him. Burn. I know he's listening, you bastard.
He's somewhere. He's always listening.
Yeah, he's always right.
Lurking in
He's
chat.
lurking in chat, but it's not actually him.
Yeah.
It's not actually him.
Mm-hmm.
So he has like a program or something to always be in the chat.
It's the
It's his bot or whatever.
the text thing. Yeah, he has it so that it opens people's chat logs.
Yeah.
So he can look through chat logs, which is kind of weird. That means he could look.
Creepy.
That means he could look
creep.
through
He's a creep.
He's
Yeah,
a huge
it's a little
creep.
creepy.
Creep Swigs.
He can
Yeah, I
see if
said
his
it.
name is ever mentioned.
We're
in
mentioning
the
it.
chat.
We've got to keep mentioning him until we summon him.
Creep Swigs.
Creep
No,
Swigs.
yeah, there'll be times that I pop into his stream. He's like, yeah, so in your last stream, yo, bro, can you like acknowledge when you're there at least?
Yeah.
Like say hello.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Something.
But he's there, but he's
You're
not
like, you're
there.
always there, but you never speak to me.
He's like a ghost. He's like a ghost.
Pretty
Of course
much.
not, because I'm a ghost.
Okay. I think that was really good show.
We are hour 45, ladies.
Hour 45. We
Nice.
crushed what I originally wanted. And I love it.
You know what it is?
I always ask for at least an hour, and I'm always happy when it always goes past an hour.
Yeah.
This is us not like hanging out enough, and we had so much stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because the first 40 minutes was us just talking about
random shit.
anything.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't start topics until 40 minutes
Into
in.
40 minutes in.
That's a good look.
Luckily, it was only
The
3
45
topics.
minutes.
Yeah.
Exactly. The 45
We would have been
minutes.
here longer.
I was like, yo, 3 topics was a little bit, and now looking back, I'm like, yo, he
It was
thought that shit
perfect.
out.
It was
Yeah.
perfect.
It's a good job.
Beautiful.
Great.
Thanks for having us, man. Once
Yes.
again, this is like the yearly. So we gotta
not make it yearly though, but this
Yeah.
has been a yearly thing. But we have to make it closer together.
Yes.
We can make it incremental.
As far as
It could be quarterly.
podcast. We gotta chill more than that.
I guess the last thing we should mention, because we did want to talk about it, was old man Johnny Knoxville.
Oh my god. Johnny
Old
Knoxville.
man Johnny Knoxville. I can't believe
I
it.
saw this on Twitter, and somebody's comment under it was, "Now I officially feel old as fuck."
Yeah.
And we looked it up. He's
Definitely.
not even 50. He's only 49.
This is 49-year-old.
And he has the hair of a 90-year-old, like from Up.
This is.
I love his smile though.
He still has
glad he's
life in
happy.
him. He
Yeah.
still has a
He's
lot of
happy. He
life
has
in
nice
him.
teeth and everything, but this is 49. Maybe not 49, but this is like at least
49 going on
15,
80.
20 Jackass worth of years.
2025, I'll say.
Yeah, that
He got to get
When
into
did
Jackass
Jackass start?
somehow, you know?
When did it start?
He had to be doing shenanigans before
Yeah,
Jackass
for
to get
real.
the
That's true.
the idea of Jackass, you feel me? It had to be like at least 25 years.
2000 and 2002.
So at the very least,
So it's been on for TV for 20 years.
25 years.
20,
yeah, like you said,
25
yeah.
years.
Hey, so
I
I mean,
would
him
say.
as a person has been probably doing crazy stuff for 25, yeah.
I would say
So since his 20s, pretty much, if he's 49 now.
I would
least
say
20.
Maybe teens?
Maybe
25
teens.
earlier.
He started like dabbing.
I don't want to
into
look it up.
things.
I like to keep it
Yeah.
a mystery.
backflips into sewers and shit. I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, how do you even sign up for a job like Jackass?
I don't know.
Like,
Being a gutsy kid,
being a
bro.
jackass.
you want to get hurt
Being a
for a couple of bucks, kid? Here you go. Sign away.
Probably
Listen.
a little masochist when he was a child, and this
I'm
was his
assuming all of
excuse to get his fix, bro.
All of them in one way or another probably are.
Hey,
Just different levels.
Johnny, if you ever hear this podcast, I might be the only one interested in this, but I wouldn't really know if you're in shape. That's what I really want to know. I'm very interested in this fact because
Well, he's
I have
walking
a
around.
feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's walking
He's
around
still
ripped.
alive.
I have a
You
feeling.
think so?
I mean,
think he might be
Not-
I'm sorry, not to make this sound horrible, but how many people from Jackass has passed away?
I can know of
Too
one
many.
so far.
It's been
No,
two
it's
or
been
three.
like 3.
Yeah, it was.
And how many
one-
members?
It was one, and
lot of
then
them.
yeah, there was like there was at least like 20 of them, like in the total.
Yeah. And
But yeah, there was at least like 2 or 3 of them that passed.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna find any shirtless Johnny Knoxville.
I don't think so.
Wait,
I
what
don't
are you
think
trying
he's
to
in
find?
shape.
Well, you
Oh,
know
Johnny
what?
Knoxville
Looking at
ripped.
him
He's
now,
skinny
he would
guy,
be a good Joker.
But this is like 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago. I remember the crocodile bit. Ugh, crocodile bit.
Yeah, I
down
don't know
his
if we're
nipple.
gonna find him like with his shirt off to see how in shape he is.
No, yeah, probably not.
Maybe
Probably at the beach.
He looks old here.
Oh
though.
yeah.
And I don't think that's not
Yeah.
the chest of a man who does
Any workouts at
chest.
all?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're right.
he's just a
he
skinny
could be
guy.
a really good Joker.
You think so?
He could have
I think
been.
so.
He has the laugh. He always had the laugh.
Yeah, that
he
laugh.
always had the laugh for that.
A little bit of the face. He has the face expressions.
I can see it. Give him some makeup.
Shout out to Johnny Knoxville in the years of making us laugh, because I'm a huge Jackass fan. I watched all the shows and the movies. Those are really good times, actually.
I agree. I definitely agree. Is this it? I don't even know. I might play the wrong song.
This was fun.
This was a lot of fun, guys.
Stay tuned for more Jesse's private party to come, guys.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I don't know when I can record these. They just happen. We got to get them to happen more often. We're gonna be on. We're gonna be a part of that. I need to make it a habit. Is it this one? Oh no, it's not this one. I gotta rename these so I can remember which ones.
I have to organize my files now that I think of it. I have to delete a lot of shit. We really
have to like.
I mean, we have a shit ton of space, but we still gotta.
No, that's the outro. That's the intro. Now.
Yeah.
I got hey. I was like, hey.
I was about to
Where is it? Oh.
We have to clean out our whole computer.
Yeah.
And go through that.
It might be this one.
Before we do that, we got.
It's just gonna be so difficult. I want to save stuff onto a hard drive, but our chatbots is just. I don't know what I did to get that working. I don't remember what I did. I did so many different things that I can't.
And got it back.
It's not that I lost it; it's that we can't have it on two separate profiles, and it work on each of our.
It doesn't work like how you want it to work.
So stupid because Slobs works like that.
Right.
Like if he logs into his profile on the computer and turns on his Streamlabs OBS, it will be his stuff, his overlay or whatever. And then same thing for mine. But
I'm sure there's a way to do
the chatbot, when we first tried to do that, it was like so freaking frustrating. And only because we had two separate hard drives was I able to manage being able to do that. Because I had to put one of them somewhere that the other one could have registered that there's another one on the computer. I had to download twice.
That's weird.
Yeah, super freaking weird.
I think when we clean files, if we isolate, I think we never truly isolated where things were supposed to save in the first place. That's why things never worked. So once we get the new memory, we need to like go into my profile fresh and be like, hey, everything you download, go here. And your profile, everything you download, go there. And then we'll have it that way, so that I think that's the only way things are going to truly work for us the same way.
But that's the only thing that you have to have two separate downloads.
Yeah, I know, because
everything else
it kind of reads when it picks the computer.
Sharing, right?
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Just a matter of time.
Stream 101.
Something's gonna be like, you're gonna be Googling it one day, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's all I needed to do." It's usually something like that.
Why didn't nobody else say this in any video? God damn it!
Yeah.
You gotta go to like page number 30 on Google, not the first two pages.
Oh my god,
that's the dumbest shit ever.
Like, we gotta talk about how shitty Google is now in another. No.
It's because those assholes are paying for those top spots, and you guys are not fucking
money.
helpful.
It's all about the money.
Not fucking helpful.
Not about the best search. It's about the money. Who paid Google the most? These guys. Put them on number one. Page number one.
That sounds about right.
We can save that for future podcasts. But thank you guys again for coming. I appreciate it.
Always,
anytime.
Always a great time on
always a great time.
Private party.
Like I said, I don't know when the next episode will be, but just keep your eye out on the Instagram, maybe the Twitter, or just watch my stream itself. You never know. But until next time, I'll catch you all. Until then, peace.